Okay. I think I've done the things. I may have done the things. Oh, I got one more thing to do. Maybe about there. Okay. And apparently, I am too far away from where I'm supposed to be sitting, which is annoying. Hey. Like, I miss my wireless mouse to a degree. Like, I miss it in the respect that, I could sit back as far as I wanted. But my wired mouse is better. Because then I'm not sitting here panicked of, oh god, my battery's gonna die in the middle of playing, so. But this one feels like the wire's very short, or my tower's just far away. It has some distance to go, so. I mean, honestly, we should probably drill a hole in the desk to get it up to the tower, but, you know. I'm afraid of breaking desk integrity because while the desk is not in great shape, and you all have seen the shape that it's in, the fake wood veneer or whatever the fuck this is on top of it is peeling off like cheap tape. From my painter's tape that's not supposed to damage stuff. The desk has seen better days, but it's the only desk I have right now. And I can't afford to get a new one anytime soon. So, yeah, we have to make do. We're just gonna have to make do and try to keep this one held together unless we get some shop sales or something and I can afford to replace it. But until that happens, and I'm sorry if my voice dips a little low. I've been battling whatever's going on with my one ear. I might have to make a doctor's appointment, which is going to involve me finding a doctor down here. I haven't needed to go to the doctor, so I haven't gotten one yet, but I might need to, because the whole voice is sounding vaguely like someone's talking into a fan and kind of robotic-y. It was getting better and then it got worse the other day and I'm like, why? But we'll see. If it's one of two things, there's nothing they do for it anyway. We'll see what happens. So it's very weird because I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't hear any game sounds. And I'm like, oh, right, I don't have my earbuds in. I have like a cotton thingy in my one ear just to try to block the amount of sound assault that is coming at it. And it felt like I had my earbud in, and I was like, oh, right. That's not actually in, dumbass. So put your earbud in your other ear so you can actually hear things that's going on in the game. Will be a lot helpful. So we're starting out with Soulsnuggles, and we're starting out with Bloodthirsty. So far by leveling this week, she picked up a few greens. Nothing that she could wear, unfortunately. Not a whole lot in vendor trash either, but we did pick up 3 tusks. That was exciting, because the tusks have not been dropping very well for me lately. So getting 3 was fantastic. I think because we're starting to need to kill more now, we're starting to see them drop more often, is my theory to that. even though we are a troll and we get that bonus bump to beast kills, we are starting to get into the territory where we're going to need a few more kills to get through each level, so I think that's why we're starting to see more of them. And for those that are new here, Bloodthirsty Challenge, you are basically grinding to max level. There's a few exceptions where you can quest. Those are very well explained and laid out on the website, and tells you what quest you cannot go past depending on what you're doing. There are still some exceptions in there for transitioning between expansions. I don't know if the one for Pandaria really still needs to be there, but I guess it can be. Because the portal doesn't really open unless you have the quest in your log, but you don't have to do it. Although that might have changed after you hit a certain level. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I didn't really touch that many of the expansions since Shadowlands hit. I kinda came out to BFA, planted my ass, and stayed. Because the vendor trash is worth more out here. So, that would take some experimenting, but like you can do the quest to move Darlaran for Legion. I would almost suggest you do that and then maybe bounce out to BFA just to give you another Hearthstone that you can utilize. Because we found out last week when we were trying to get back to Stormwind with the iron that taking the boat back still has a chance to drop your ass in Hillsborough. Not ideal if you're an Alliance character. So, and I had my Hearthstone set to Borealis because I did not open the portals for Borealis on that character. But you know, with Crommy time and stuff, that is an option for Bloodthirsty as well. If you really want to stay in the other zones. I just preferred to come out here and plant my ass. It was less shit I had to keep track of, basically, is what that boils down to. So, you know, out here, I know my kills are going to count up until it's time to bail. I don't have to worry about the out-leveling an area because we're good out here from, should be 10 to 50. Let me double check that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so Zuldazar's 10 to 50. So, you know, that's fine, that's good, that's cool. The less I have to keep going in my brain about when I need to move and everything, the better. And there's also the issue with Crommy time that you still have to keep on top of where you're at, because while Crommy time will still give you XP and let everything scale to 50, even if you're in a older zone that would normally cap out at a lower level, you can only stay there up to a certain point because then the kills stop counting in the tracker because you're messing with scaling, and scaling and that kill tracker don't like each other. So it's just simpler to not use Crommy time, in my opinion, for Bloodthirsty, and to just, you know, either A, keep moving, or B, go play yourself in some place that's going to scale up to the level you're looking for. But that's just my opinion. And I know there's a multiverse of opinions out there. And that's awesome. We can each play in a style that best suits us. Sometimes it's interesting to see how others are playing or where they're going to level and maybe their reasoning behind it. Sometimes it can open you up to a new idea of how to approach things. Sometimes it can be like, oh, I did not even consider going there, and you know, just giving you more options. But if you don't like going in those areas or think it's too risky in your opinion, or you just don't see the point, then you don't have to go to those areas. It's entirely up to you, as long as you're within the rules. Being the big stipulation there. Alright, so I am holy on this priest. I wanted to give it a try. We had gotten up to 54, I think, for the highest holy priest back before level squish, when max was 120. So I'm still determined to try to get there on a holy priest. We're currently the new 38. So this one did get bounced backwards. The 54 one had died because husband had an emergency and I needed to go assist him. He had a pretty bad anxiety attack and needed assistance, so unfortunately, oh nice, another tusk. Unfortunately that one died to a patrol that respawned that I forgot was there, and I didn't have time to hearth. I didn't even think about hearthing. It was just like, oh, gotta go. So, you know, kind of my fault, but shit happens. It's okay. You're gonna die at some point. Just, you know, don't get too pissy. I mean, it's hard to not feel like the wind's been knocked out of you on some of the deaths, depending on what level they happen. Some of them can be painful. But, you know, it's either be like, okay, that hurt way too much, I'm not doing this anymore. Or it's, damn it, I was close, I know we can get there, let's do this. And then re-roll and try again. Sometimes it takes a couple days for people to re-roll. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I like to use that anger and frustration of having just been murderized and try to, you know, use that to fuel me to getting to level 10 faster. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It really all depends. I think the only death that really actually hurt and jarred me, well no, there were two, was when I was 113 in BFA on a druid. I had been doing so good, and I'd had that druid for so long. And Sunfire happened at an inopportune time, and I did not see the birds flying above my head. I thought there was only one there. Apparently there was more than one. And regrowth only does so much, and I could not understand why it was taking so much damage. I thought the fight had ended, and I'm like, why am I still dying? And then I'm like, oh frig, there's like two more on me, and regrowth just couldn't handle it. And by the time I was like, we need to go, it was too late. So I foobarred on that one. That one was a bit jarring, because there had been a lot of time invested on that particular character, because not so much just the leveling process, and I tend to only do a level a week, but that's just me. It gives my characters a chance to pick up some rested, because I don't want to do this unrested, because that's twice as many things you have to kill. So why work harder if you don't have to? Since rested XP is allowed. But that particular character I had for quite some time. It was as old as my warlock that had hit 120 and now 60 in this expansion. They had sat for quite a good deal of time. I had been out of town helping parents move and been on vacation, so I had like missed probably a good solid 2 to 3 months of playing at one point because of being out of town repeatedly. And probably closer to 2 months. Well, no, maybe 2.5, almost 3, because when we went on vacation, we drove and we were gone. Took us like 4 days to get to Florida because we were driving slowly because we had the dogs with us, and the husband didn't want to drive over a certain amount of hours a day. We could have gone further, but there's our day. The dogs can only tolerate being cooped up in the car so long. But yeah. So probably about almost 3. But yeah, that one hurt a bit, but that one in my first high level death. Oh god, what was the cap then? I'm trying to think. It was the one character where things really started clicking for me, and falling into place. It was the first time I had reached level 80 on a Bloodthirsty. And I had not played in Jade Forest on the Horde side ever, and thought I was going to pick up a Horde flight point, not realizing that the NPCs around said flight point were hostile until you quested to open it, I believe. And they saw me, and I was like, oh, there's an elite over there, I don't want to pull that. So I pulled the one in between it, and somehow it was tied to the elite, and they both came, and it was nothing but bullshit. But yeah, I got like 1-2 shot in the back as I was trying to run once I realized the elite had been pulled. So that wasn't fun. But I think those were the only 2 that really actually hurt, shall we say. Alright, so we hit 39 on the Holy Priest, so that's good. They still haven't fixed the selfie cam. I was really hoping they were going to in 9.1. Apparently that was not on the table yet. At this point, I'd rather have some of the other issues addressed than have selfie cam not addressed, but we'll see. How challenges Bloodthirsty Soulsnuggles. This is the Holy Priest. Things level 39 again. Well, no, I don't know. No, this isn't the... I don't remember what level she had been when she got squished, honestly. I really don't. At this point, it's been too long. So her slash played is 2 days, 16 hours, 10 minutes, and 28 seconds. Her total kills to date through the course of her existence are gonna be 4,764. Okay, so that even though like the kills are going to be different between this one and say the Frost Mage, because Frost Mage was made after level squish, and you're gonna see some differences between characters depending on race and racials and when they had been brought into existence. Actually, let's see something here. This was, I think, my hunter that hit 60. Because it does it sort of account wide. So 10, 20, 30. Alright, so 40 is not correct. Okay, so this one was around in 2019. Oof, really? This one's older than I thought they were. Alright, alright. Okay, so let's look at our haul for this level. So we've repaired. Let's look at the vendor trash first. So we'll start selling that off. So that was 179 gold at level 38, 39's vendor trash. And then I've just been vendoring the greens I've been picking up because they haven't really been selling all that well on auction house, and I'd rather have the cash. Alright, so I'll sell the meat at the end. Right, so that's another 8, so 180 and change. 187, 186, maybe 187. Alright. So there's one in the books, and we will let her chill out there, and let's go pick up the Frost Mage. And see what we can do there. As we try to load in. Someday we'll load in. So I'm not sure if we're streaming Friday or not. We might be. We might bring back in some Planet Zoo. I've been working on a Planet Zoo series for YouTube. I don't know how the editing's gonna look, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, we do need to get some conjured refreshments going. I'm not that good at building in Planet Zoo, but, you know, maybe having a complete sort of new half-assing their way through it might be interesting. I don't know the average player. Like the below average zoo player. So we picked up a few things. I did replace the staff this level. Alright, so I only did one stack of conjured mana cake. I don't think we're gonna need more than that for 3 bars. Usually when I head out leveling for trying to get as far as I can, I try to do it in one session if I'm lucky. If I can stand to sit still that long, I'll make the max 80 on those just so I don't have to keep remaking them. But since we're only going 3 bars, we're just gonna do the 1 stack. I think we're fine. If we need more, we'll make more. It's not the end of the world. Alright. So I think the mage was a little teeny tiny bit faster than the rogue. Probably a bit more, probably exaggerating, it's probably a bit more faster than the rogue. Rogue boy this week, I don't know about that. That was a long haul. That took for freaking ever this week, and it was starting to irritate me, and I'm just like, I want to be done now. Can we be done now? I still haven't decided if I'm going to hold them out until 51. I don't know. They should hit with luck 50 this week. I might be at my wit's end, and I just might, you know, be like, fuck it. we're done. I can't do another level out here on this character. I need to look at something different. I'm not sure if waiting until 51 is gonna do a whole heck of a lot in the mall for the Bloodthirsty. I can see it helping for the irons because, you know, you're being another level higher gives you a few more health points to work with that you would normally be missing from gear and whatnot. But since the Bloods have the green gear, that might not make that much of a difference, you know? Especially if I go gear shopping before taking them in, which I think I'm gonna have to do. Excuse me. Apologies. We did do that test with the trial class iron, or with the trial class Bloodthirsty and green gear that I took into the mall. They were level 48. The most trouble they had was, I think I did this on stream, was the elite with that one elite that you have to kill. That was where that particular one had the most trouble, but they were a rogue and they could stealth, and other things were necessary. Come on. You're being a pain, yo. Those does, man. Fight like a doe. That hurt. So I'm not quite sure what to expect at 50. Now we do have the hunters still in the mall. I don't know how I want to handle this. We might try to take the rogue through the mall next week. Possibly. That is an option. I don't think I am ready to do that today because we're gonna have to get them through the last little bit of their level and get the hunter wrapped up and all that. Now the hunter is still in Bastion, so that would mean taking the rogue through the mall and then sitting them, if they make it out, and into Bastion. Or slowly working on them in the background and just not showing you guys until they're ready to ding. Because I have a feeling, based on how everybody else did in the mall, or in Bastion, excuse me, that's gonna be quite the time sink. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what word I wanted to grab for this. I think time sink for that one's going to be rather appropriate. I dropped the trial class before I got in there, which was really fucking dumb. Because I forgot I needed to, actually, I don't think we did the whole thing. I think we only did up through Flight of Darkness. And then I think I deleted it. Fuck. God, now I have to do the whole thing again. I need a scout to go in there and see what she can kill. I'm so dumb sometimes. I remember after the fact. Good lord, my brain does not function properly, I swear. I'm tired. No, it's never functioned properly. But, who am I kidding? But I need to scout through and see what she could potentially kill, because I forgot to do that. And I'm pretty sure I deleted that character. I will check the login screen when we go to swap, but I'm pretty sure I deleted it. I hope I didn't. But I might have. I think I did. I may not have, and I'm just having this weird thing of thinking I did. I don't know. Now I'm really not sure. I believe I did. Time has a funny way of blurring together on me. But I could not sleep last night. I could not sleep. Insomnia and I were just having a slumber party. A non-slumber party. It was up all night, and I'm just like, can we not? And they're like, oh no, we're doing this. I kept looking at the clock and I'm like, I've got to go to bed. And then Insomnia's like, but wait, let's look at this. And I'm like, but it's late. It's early. It's late became it's early, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. I don't think I fell asleep till 6:30 this morning, so. And then I woke up in a panic at 10 because I wasn't sure what time it was, and I thought it was much later, and I didn't know where the husband was, because I'm like, oh my god, he should have been up by now. Why isn't he in here? What's going on? What's happening? Because he slept last night in the other room with the cat. And I was very confused, very disoriented when I woke up, and I'm like, what time is it? Why isn't he up yet? And then I looked at the time, and it was 10 o'clock, and I'm like, I've only been asleep for 3.5 hours. Maybe 4. I was like, body, no. No, we're not getting up yet. I can't function like this. And then I went back to sleep for like another 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Went back to sleep for another 2 hours. Woke up again. The husband was in here. I told him to call the vet because we need to get the bump on Momo's neck checked again. He wasn't real worried about it the last time we got it checked. It's like, it's either a cyst or like a fatty tissue or something. He goes, I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about, after he was feeling it and stuff. And he goes, well, if he scratches it or it pops open, or if any more pop up, or if it starts to like get a lot bigger, he goes, call us and we'll take another look at it. And we're like, okay. Well, it feels like it's gotten more pronounced, and he now has an elongated one on his stomach between his ribs, or I guess on his chest, that kind of appeared within the past month or two, that we noticed, shall we say, and we're like, oh, what is this? Where did this come from? This wasn't here before. So, that's got us a little concerny dude. So we need to have him just take a quick look at him. And Russell had to make a doctor's appointment so that he can get his medication again, because they will only do so many refills before they see him. And I think I want him to talk to them about his shoulder, because his shoulder's still being a little fussy. It might just be fussy from now on. I don't know. It's kind of hard when it happens to your dominant arm for stuff to heal properly. And we have to get the car in for maintenance, so, and I may have to find a doctor for my ears, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping this clears up on its own. I really feel like it's allergy related, but I feel like the inside of my ears are inflamed from my allergies and my sinuses, but if it persists much longer, I should probably just have it double checked, because you know, it is my hearing and I don't know sign language, so kind of hard to stream if I can't hear what I'm saying, I guess. That would be kind of difficult, so. Do I want this bird? How bad do I want this bird? I mean, I should go after the bird. But the bird is a pain in the ass sometimes. I find him easier to deal with down not on this hill. Just because I can get a better visual on him. Because I'm a gnome. And I am vertically challenged here. So sometimes getting visuals on things is rather difficult. I'm not crazy about the stats on that. If I hold that down, I'm gonna get sticky keys getting angry at me. 6 intellect. I mean, it is 8 intellect. 9 stam, 11 stam, 7 mastery. It is a drop in mastery. I don't really think that's the cape for me though, because it doesn't really go with this outfit. Usually the capes that are kind of more geared for you kind of go with the gear that you've been getting, sort of. Sometimes, not all the times, sometimes. But I'm not happy about losing that crit right now. So I think we're just gonna go with what we have at the moment. It is more intellect, which might help with the spell damage at the same time, but I don't know. Man, they are just blowing through my frost shield like nobody's business here. What is happening? Did I put it on? I saw it on cooldown. And again, this week, this was a very busy location. Had a hard time catching these guys up. Even though I don't get their full XP points because the NPCs are attacking them, it's still something. And it is noticeable for the length of how many rotations I have to do when I don't get to get those kills in on those guys. But not much we can do about that, so. We'll just have to keep moving on. And honestly, if I could get away without going after these birds, I would. But it is 480 XP, so. And then that prolongs the loop by another fox or a deer or something. So, just gonna have to kind of deal with the awkward angle on them. So apparently a cinematic happened yesterday after patch, and flying unlocked. I am nowhere near getting flying. I think I have 2 to 4 renown on my character that hit 60. I hit 60 and went back to doing challenges, so I didn't see the point in pushing through all of that stuff since I'm not raiding, I'm not doing mythics, keys and all that, so, you know, really didn't, no, stop, I was getting out of your way, I'm fine, you don't need to, stop, What? Why do you... Oh, you must have had the Mr. Pinchy trinket. Thanks, I guess. They meant well. I know they meant well, but, half my XP. Right. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, right. So yeah, I just didn't see the point in pushing through all of the world quests and stuff when I hate doing world quests, because it seems like there's never an end goal really with them. It just annoys me after a while. And I can only handle so much of that shit, which is why I'm really mad that I took Threads of Fate on my priest, because it feels like it's never ending now, and I'm not amused, and now I can't go back to not doing threads, and I have to stay there, and I'm just like, why did I do this? For some reason I thought it would be better, and it's not, so I just better off doing the storyline. So yeah, I'm nowhere near getting flying unlocked. Maybe one of these days I'll knuckle under and do it, but I just haven't really been that big into normal leveling this expansion. I don't know. The story is just... I just feel like I'm going through the motions, honestly, and I'm just like, I'd rather go do something that I want to do, so this is what I'm doing. But yeah, since I'm not doing any of the endgame stuff, I didn't see the point in doing the rest. That's just me, in my opinion. And if you're having a blast, awesome. Why do I smell Lysol? Oh my god. Am I like having an aneurysm? Why do I smell Lysol? And now I know why my fan wasn't really hitting me. It's pointed towards the floor. Why do I smell Lysol? That's a very concerning smell when you're not expecting it. Husband could be doing something? I shouldn't be smelling that. It smells like lemons. But we don't have any lemons. Y'all. I'm either gonna be in for one hell of a migraine later, or something's odd. I don't like smelling stuff out of the blue with no warning. It panics me, and I'm like, what is this? It's very unusual to just suddenly smell citrus. Oh! Okay. That's what the smell is. Alright. So, husband is, didn't smell like lime at first, but now I kinda smell it. Husband's making me candy. I did not expect him to start making candy, when my mom's probably gonna be out there making dinner soon, so it took me by surprise. And we have key lime extract, which would, I'm probably smelling the sour and not, or the tart, and not necessarily strictly the lemon. It's just the tartness that I believe I associate with lemon. And some of the sugar dripped onto the burner while he was melting it, so. Okay, at least that mystery's solved, so he's making hard candy. The last set we tried to make, the flavor just wasn't, it was barely there. So he's gonna double up on the extract, which is probably why I smell it so strong. Like, it was just not really there. It was actually a little expensive too, but this bottle's gonna like last for eons. But yeah, so that's what that is. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. I don't have to panic too hard now that I know what it is. It's just, that's a very jarring smell to smell out of nowhere. I'm like, what? It actually does smell like a fresh cut something citrus now. Alright. So this one I started like right after level squish happened. Mostly this was supposed to be a test character because I wanted to try to figure out where I was going to go now, what I was going to do, what kind of path I wanted, because everything got upended, right? Between crummy time and not crummy time and new level caps in certain zones and things, and so everything was upside down and sideways. And trying to get this angle. That shadow's gonna be weird there. Alright. And we've actually managed to survive on this one. So far for a lot longer than I expected. Sorry. Had a yawn. Okay, the shadow's not too bad. Alright. So, another one in the books. So, WoW challenges. If I could learn to fucking challenge. Why does that not look right? Why does that? It's right. My brain. Oh, wow. Okay. Dyslexic brain is not happy right now, so I am just being overloaded with sensory things between the smell that has now entered my brain and won't calm down, and now everything's all jumbled. So, WoW challenges. Bear with me here. Bloodthirsty. Frozensoul. Ding's level 46. That quick, I forgot what we had dinged. So she's getting close to mall time too. Not quite there yet. She still has a few more weeks. But like, everybody's raring to get into the mall, and I'm like, I don't really want to do more than one through the mall at a time, but I might not have a choice time-wise, so. Slash played is 3 days, 13 hours, 6 minutes, and 52 seconds as it fades off the screen. Total kills. Thus far to date in the life of this character. 5,000. 102. Oh, get back here, earbud. Go that way. Okay. Alright, so let's go and figure out our bounty from level 45 to 46. 2 silver repair bill. I'm actually surprised that wasn't more. Because I did not repair at all this level. I've been waiting till the end of the level. Unless I have the little man show up on my screen that's like, your armor, burp, burp, your armor is in serious need of attention. But I haven't had that happen, so. Alright, let's start with the vendor trash. And see what we've accumulated. Alright, so vendor trash by itself was 228 in this level. Let's go ahead and vendor the greens now. And the meat I'm just going to save to the end because we're going to just keep accumulating that. Alright, so the greens were another 45, so 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 4, 5, 6, 7, so like 270, from reach 74 and change. Just under 275. If we're gonna ballpark it, we're gonna park her butt right here. So that's 2. Did I get rid of that character? I feel like I did. Yeah, I did, because this was something else that we were testing on Friday. Can you restore? Aw, Soulbound. Aw, I didn't know they were gonna let me restore that one. That was my highest bloodthirsty at that time. Well, let me bring back the trial class. No. No, it will not. Probably because it was a trial class, so they didn't save any of it. Fascinating. I don't remember ever having this character. That is not a name I would have ever given one of my characters. That must have been a test for something that I didn't pay attention to. Yeah, no. Alright. Well, that's good to know. Okay, moving on. I didn't think I could, but at the same time I was like, maybe we'll see. We will definitely see. Alright. So. I started out this level with 160 pieces of food. We're down to 23. So. You definitely want to have food on your rogue. Absolutely 100%. Hands down. Gotta have it. Rogue had a very productive level with vendor trash. Look, 5 antlers. That is amazing. And my dumbass also remembered what we learned in the test going into the mall, that we can have 2 poisons on, and I feel so stupid still for not realizing that we could have 2 poisons on. there's your Kneesee derp moment. But, you know, what am I gonna do? My brain doesn't function right all the time. And the husband can attest to this greatly. Alright, I doubt it's gonna take longer than a half an hour to get through that. And I don't really know if we really need the crippling poison on there, but it's not like any of the stuff is running. So, and Shiv has quite a long cooldown on it. So, but is it really that long of a cooldown when I have to stop and eat though? So, I don't know. I mean, it does award a combo point, but so we've got another spell that we can hit additionally. I guess that's a if you really want to use it spell. What is that? Let's have a nom nom while we look at this. Oh god, that scared me.
Okay, I'm not hearing things. Jesus.
It sounded like somebody stepping on a cat at first, and I was like, what the fuck? There's an ice cream truck going by. At dinner time. Why would you go by at 5 o'clock at dinner time with the ice cream truck? And why does it sound like they are sitting out front? My mom's not chasing down the ice cream truck, is she?
Do you really think she could catch it if you tried?
I don't know. Depends on how bad she wanted ice cream, I guess.
I highly doubt it.
Alright, so let's look at this. 12 to 21 damage. I think what I've got's better. I mean, 10 crit. Eh. 8 damage per second. I mean, the damage per second is better, but the overall damage is lower. Oh, because it's a faster thing. I don't know. I might just go with what we've got. I mean, it's been working so far. Alright. Anyhow. Yeah, so there's an ice cream truck that goes by at dinner time. Unless people are eating dinner later than I think they are. I mean, in my house we always had to eat dinner early because my mom has acid reflux really bad, and if she ate past a certain point then she was up all night sick. So eating dinner around 5 o'clock was normal for us. I'm actually starving because I haven't had anything to eat yet because we got up and, well, I got up late, and the doggos have been such good boys lately, and it's been so fucking hot that we haven't really been able to do anything outdoors to entertain them. It was still pretty hot today, but Russell was feeling up to it, so we took them down the street to one of their favorite places, whose name I can't mention at the moment, and it starts with a letter that involves going outside and a doggy bodily function. If I say the word, they'll know and they'll think they're going again, and we've had enough for one day. But they had a blast. They marked everything. They smelled everything. We all melted into a puddle. Had some water when we got back in the car and headed home. Put the fans on, and they promptly just flopped and melted into a further puddle in front of the fans, which I thought was pretty funny because they normally didn't like the fans blowing on them. But they seem to have cooled down now, so they're not laying directly in the fan anymore. But they had a good time. Like, when they used to know the word right off the bat, and when Russell asked them about it, they kind of just sat there like, what? And Russell's like, you don't want to do X? And they're like, oh my god, X? And then they were so impatient. Like, I wasn't even fully dressed yet, and they were like whining, and they're like, let's go, let's go. And I'm like, hold on a second, I've got to finish putting respectable clothes on that I can be seen outside off the property in. My grungy house clothes are not gonna work going out there. I've gotta put something on, so I'm somewhat decent. And we have to have some ground rules here. I don't care what I look like when I'm around the house, because who gives a shit? It's my house. It's my I don't give a shit of what I look like zone, but leaving the property, I try to look somewhat presentable, at least to a degree. Somewhat passable for a human being. So, you know, we had to put the clothes on, the non-house clothes. Put a pair of pants on and grabbed a hat because sun's brutal. It's summer. I was like, oh look, we got legs. I forgot we're on the rogue now. It's like, oh yeah, leg replacement for the mage. No, 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 no. No, no. This one can't wear it. Alright. Health's at 90. I'd rather take you on. At least these both don't trigger when you hit the 1. So that's good. I've seen some neutral mobs, i.e. the river beasts over at the Tusk Pools, where if you hit 1, even though they're neutral, if it's right next to the other one, those river beasts trigger, and then you've got 2. And you don't necessarily want to. Alright, I do pull back a little bit here because that boar hanging out behind the trees back there has been known to be problematic and pull. And I don't want him to. So yeah, the rogue is a little bit slower. Annoying as shit to me, but what can you do?
It's too far away.
That's just the way it goes. Let's get the crimson drink going there. Sometimes I can hit it soon enough where it does something. Sometimes. Not all of the time. And sometimes I misjudge my cooldowns and take things a little too close. I don't think I red screen flashed this time though. But yeah, just seeing how long it's taking us to get through a kill out here, and I'm like, oh lord, I have no idea what killing is going to look like for this character in Bastion. I'm pretty terrified. I think I'm gonna be reduced to cranes and moths and turtles, which means a lot of traveling in between each kill, because I don't think this one's gonna be able to handle the gore at all. There, I think, was a couple of mobs that didn't do the gore, but that's only gonna last for so long. So I have a feeling this one's gonna be very slow to make appearances in the background. So after, if this one survives them all, and we'll do them all together, we might as well. Because, you know, if something's probably gonna go wrong, it's more likely gonna go wrong there. But we'll do them all together probably next week. But yeah, this one's gonna be very much in the background as I have free time, which there's not a whole lot of. We'll slide someone else into this one's leveling slot. I'll take a look at what my options look like. We could potentially pull a lower level character into this, just to give us some maw room. So that way we don't have everybody stacked trying to get in there at once. Because I've got a few characters in their 30s. I've got another, I think the monk's like 32, the one druid I think is 32 or 36, somewhere around in there. Everybody's bunching up like a traffic jam. I think we're gonna run out of food here. We might have to get some lesser food off of the mammoth. Just to hold us over, because I'm not going back to the inn with that little bit left to go. That's just silly. Lost permanent placement there. I really should zoom in more on the smaller characters, just so y'all can see them a bit better. But I'm in such a habit of playing zoomed out so I can see what's going on around me. Apologies. Well, these guys do an AoE, so if you're gonna, it just happened right there, if you're gonna sneak up on them, you either need to wait and watch for them to do it, or you gotta be fast, because that AoE will pop you out of stealth. Kind of throw your hole. Let's use a band-aid here. It's not gonna do a whole hell of a lot, but did a little something something. But yeah, that AoE will pop you out of stealth, and then you're gonna have to quickly change your plans in progress. Which can sometimes catch me off guard. I'm like, oh shit. What should I hit? What should I hit? Because what I was gonna hit and what I had decided on were suddenly not options. So, my goodness. So back to what I was saying earlier about the new things that happened on maintenance yesterday. Even though I am very far behind in the storyline, and I'm sure I've missed some good chunks of it, I did take a peek at the cinematic. I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody. Although I was rather confused watching it since I have missed a bit. But that being said, whether you liked what happened or didn't like what happened does not give you the right to threaten those that made it because you got your panties in a twist, okay? That's not cool. That makes you a problem, okay? That's not gonna solve anything. If you really need to get those feelings out, then put them in a Word doc that nobody ever sees the light of day. No one ever sees it, you know, or maybe you need some, and I'm going to say this in the politest way possible, maybe you need to talk to a professional, to try to work out why this has made you so angry, because it's a fictional thing. It's a short cinematic based off video game characters. The amount of ugliness that I was seeing or had seen other people mention was extremely uncalled for. Like, what is your deal? No. Just no. There is no way you can spin that to make you right. You're wrong. Like, you can feel that way, but you're wrong for going as far as some of you did. And you make yourselves look like a fool. Just don't. Don't do those things and take things too far over a video game cinematic, okay? It was ugly and uncalled for. You can disagree with what happened, you can not like what happened, but you don't need to take it that far.
I'm out of range.
I was deeply disturbed by what I was seeing some people say. Just don't be that guy. Oh, look, we're up to 17 antlers. This is turning into a very profitable level. Very profitable. But, I mean, it is our longest level that we've been out here. So it should be our profitablest level. Or our most profitable level. You would expect that. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be close. Alright. So definitely need to eat there. I don't know, we've got 6 pieces of cake to get us through this last little bar segment of XP. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. We might have to whip out the mammoth. But we will see. We will see. Oh, so the WoW Challenges podcast is back this week. So yay, there will be a show this weekend. I'm gonna be co-hosting with Lita this weekend. So if you can make it, that would be super grand. Tell your friends the show's back this week. And all of that happy stuff. And that should be some fun. I'll have to get back into my daily routine once again. Or my weekly routine. It's been all discombobulated not having my Saturdays booked. Whether it be on chat room mod duties or being on the show. Because there's other stuff I do when the show's over, whether I'm on or not. So, because I do help get things transferred and posted up and stuff. So, I do help in the behind the scenes sort of things to a degree. I don't do the editing, but I do the posting of things in places. So I gotta get back into my Saturday routine. Having not been doing it the past couple of weeks. It was kind of weird. I didn't know what to do with myself at first. I'm like, this is weird. Oh, we got another bushy tail. But now, have to knuckle under. Oh, and we have to say congratulations to Zaya. Earlier this afternoon while I was out, he got not 1 but 2 irons to max level today. I think they were both Horde. One was a Troll Warlock. And the other was an Orc Hunter. So that will be our 18th and 19th max level irons for Shadowlands. So that's pretty exciting. And this stag's coming out swinging, yo. It's like, no, you will never take me alive. Oh, hey, more trophy antlers. Fantastic. All right. So it's gonna be quite a news-heavy show this week, I think. We've got some things to talk about that happened in the past couple of weeks. So it should be interesting. Like, I want to buy some food, but at the same time, it's like, it's probably gonna be a waste. But I don't know, maybe we could buy, like,
may you find what you seek.
Like one thing of berries, just in case we need them. So now I don't feel bad about eating our last bits of remaining cake. So got about half a bar left to go on the rogue. I forgot we were gonna try to get the iron in a little bit here, so I got started a little later than I was originally intending on. But part of that was just me being tired from being out in the heat. And, you know, shitty sleeping, so it's not that low. I guess we'll eat a berry on this one. Okay. Tell you, the higher food though, higher health food is kind of nice, because you take like 2 bites, you're like, oh, I'm good, let's go. 82. Alright, let's just wait a second. Let our crimson thingy, so where's dinner at tonight? Oh, you made them thinner. Cool. Oh, that's still warm.
That one's thinner. Some of them are a little bit thicker. Better?
Yes.
Did you get the or something? I don't imagine you can talk while you're...
No, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, so that was that twice you recommended for.
Yeah, I like the stuff a little bit stronger. Alright. So we are getting there. Ever so slowly. That one didn't actually take. I thought it had. Mr. Fox made me miss. Oh, sweet. Another bushy tail. We are racking in the vendor trash here. Raking in the vendor trash? I guess raking sounds better. That's probably the word I want. Oh, geez, another bushy tail. What is happening? We're up to 6 all of a sudden. And 8 antlers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well then. We are making the most of our last little bit of time out here, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I can do another level out here. Just mentally, I don't know if I can do it. So, after seeing what I saw on that trial class, I think we might just kind of go for it. So, 5... Either 2 or 3 more kills. Depending on what we kill, so... Because this is going to be a little bit less XP. So we will see what we have happen here. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Thinking 2 more kills. At 500. One might... I think one's gonna be too shy. Like, just shy. Like, under 100 XP shy. Oh, that was some lag there. What the hell was that? I did not like that. I did not enjoy that. I have noticed out here at times... Yeah, we'll need to do... Oh no, it's more than 100 XP. 1 kill will do it. I was a bit off in my rough estimate. But I have noticed out here at certain times where it seems like there's a little bit of a delay. Wow, you are not playing around, Mr. Stag. Holy hell. My goodness. There's 50. Of course, now it's raining out. Let's get our snowballed out. Let's see, that's probably as good of an angle as we're gonna get since they messed up the positioning on the camera. I don't know how they did that, but they did. And we'll get our slash blade. Okay. He always looks so sad. He has this look on his face like, we're not done yet. What do you mean we're not done yet? The things I've seen. The things I've done. So, WoW challenges, bloodthirsty souls. Soulsapped. Outlaw. Rogue. Dings level 50. So we've got a slash blade of 8 days, 21 hours, 21 minutes, and 15 seconds. We almost made it to 21 seconds. That would have been fantastic. And would have greatly amused me. Let's see. So total kills. That scared the shit out of me. Could you pick that up for me?
Absolutely.
What happened, doggo?
Probably cat.
There we go. Sorry, the fan fell off the bed. Where are we at? Total kills. Sorry for that loud crash. 14,066. Oh, that's not a 6. There we go. Alrighty. To the vendor. I'm excited to see how much money we made. Alright, so we had a 13 silver repair bill. Seems kind of low, but okay. Alright, so let's see, we've got some high numbers on these stacks. Well, relatively high. End up with 8 trophy antlers this level and 6 bushy tails. So before we get into the greens, let's see what the vendor trash provided. 418 gold. That's not bad. Considering that was all vendor trash, that was not bad at all. Alright, I'm gonna sell that. Because we're gonna stock up on some food here. Before this one heads on out. I don't need too much food, but I do need some. To at least get through the mob. Cinnamon ew. Raisins. Sorry, I'm not a fan of raisins. I don't like them in my cookies. I don't like them in bread. I'll eat them once in a while, but I have to want them. But I don't like them in things. I like them alone. Alright, I'm hoping that's enough.
Appreciate your patronage.
I think that'll be enough. Oh, there goes the ice cream truck again. Right. Ice cream truck, you needed to come around about 3. Two or 3, or like 6 or 7. In my personal opinion. Alright. Oh no, the druid's 28. I'm sorry. My apologies. The monk is 32. So, I mean, we have some others. We also have the Death Knight that we could work on. Death Knight's on the other server. Alright, so let's hop on to the Hunter. Hunter is currently in Bastion. I keep trying to push this Hunter to see what I can get away with, and tried to go after the level 60 mobs again this level, and it's still too soon. At 54. I managed to kill a couple of them, but then I had one where they just would not stop coming after me and would not pay attention to the pets, so it was time to go back to the other mobs at that point. That just wasn't getting us anywhere safely. And Hunter's a little bit faster. Not a shit ton. A little bit. It's about average for what I was seeing at this level while rested. It'll start getting a little bit longer here as we go forward. And we see what happens. Alright, the turtle family has made it through the teleportation pad. We've got 2 bars to go. And we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can get some things done. That would be helpful. Oh, so for those that were here for Sunday's art stream, I did end up putting the sand on the background, and you can still see the painting a bit underneath of it, so I'm still glad that we did the underpainting in that part. We might do a quick stream this Sunday just with me putting that painted background in on it. I have not decided yet. It really depends on time. I did order the tissue paper colors that I need for this. I don't know when they're gonna show up. Husband put the order in yesterday? I don't know. Can you check the shipping on it? Like, my days are running together, so I don't know when that actually happened. Because we were originally waiting for my PayPal transfer to go through. But since I didn't know how long that was going to take because of the holiday and everything, because I always time things fantastically, we decided to get it through a different way and then just take the money that I transferred from PayPal and use that to pay it later. I'm still waiting on my Twitch payout so that I can take care of Russell's birthday present. Although I guess I don't really have to do anything with that because it's just replacing the money that I spent on it. Sort of, I think. Depends on how we paid for it. I don't remember what payment device we put that on. If it went to one payment method, then yeah, I have to replace it, but I know how much is coming out of that and going towards that. I just really want my Twitch payout so I can be done and not have to think about it. But Twitch does things when they want to do things. Somehow I've gotten myself on not a first of the month review, but on a 12th of the month review. I'm not sure how, but that seems to be when it updates all of my shit. So we will see what happens with that. Alright, and we're cruising along. Big sad that I'm getting 568 a kill on the on like the horses and the turtles, because I was in 454. Some of these mobs I'm getting less than what I was getting in BFA because they're a level below me now, so we've now entered the territory where they may turn green on me. It depends on when I feel comfortable enough to safely commit to the turtles over in Sagehaven. I definitely was not comfortable doing that last level. I tried, but things went to shit on like the 10th kill, and I'm like, yeah, no, we're pushing too quick. So I reined myself back in, sat myself down, and was like, look, I know you want to be done faster, but it's gonna take how long it takes. Which is difficult at times, because I'm like, okay, we're on the hunter, let's just go. But no. Just because you're on the hunter doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to do things that much faster than the others. You still have to
I need to target something
pace yourself. Does that mean I'm not going to try the level 60s this level? Oh no, I'm sure I will try it. They're still going to be probably red to me, because they will still be 5 levels over me if we make it through this next bar in a little bit. But, you know, that's something that we just have to play by ear, as I'm not sure what to expect from that. I mean, there were times in when, what was it, when 110 and 120 were the max, where you could be on a hunter and melting red mobs as a bloodthirsty in certain zones. So I don't think that's going to be the case this time out, even though I keep trying. Because I'm like, I just want to get through this. I've got them piling up trying to get into the mall. They're going to be entering a mall waiting room now. It's like, oh my goodness. Alright, so now we're in the land of things that don't always drop loot. Turtles will sometimes grace you with a loot drop. Not always. Not always. Sometimes they are a bit fussy. Alrighty. Yeah, so I am working on a Planet Zoo series, a sandbox mode, for YouTube. It's not going to be that grand or anything. Again, it's going to be me it's going to be me being very indecisive, doing recorded builds on stuff, trying to put a zoo together, and just making a mess of things. I am thinking of bringing it back just to have a little bit of fun on Fridays. Maybe we'll do franchise Fridays where we try to build a franchise zoo.
I need a target.
We'll have to see how that goes. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. I think they're farming. Maybe the node they just went to vanished. I don't know whether they're heading to. Oh, they decided to approach it from a different angle. That's what that is. Kind of surprised they're not flying. Maybe some people haven't unlocked flying yet. Some people could be a little bit behind. I know I am vastly behind. Like several weeks behind. But I don't really care about flying that much out here, except for maybe Revendreth. I do feel like flying would make Revendreth a bit easier to deal with. The other zones I'm kind of meh about it, where I don't really care one way or the other.
I need to target something first.
But, you know. I mean, we've made it this far without it. I just get frustrated out in the land of vampiric ghosts because everything's on different levels and I have a shit memory. So I'm trying to remember what level what stuff is on and how to get to it, since it's kind of complicated at times until you have it memorized. Is a bit of a pain in the ass for me, so I would just rather not. And I think that's why my priest hasn't done much leveling, because she's in Revendreth on Threads of Fate, and I'm just like not feeling it. I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, check please. But she still has a bit to go.
It is too far away.
On her adventures out there. So I wouldn't mind being able to fly there. I think that would be helpful. But it's not like you can fly yourself between the islands or the zones. And you can't fly in the mall or in Orbos. So that's gonna get kinda complicated for those that like to just hop on their flying mount and go and don't think about where they are. Envisioning a lot of deaths of people hopping on their flying mount and being like, oh shit, we can't fly here, when it's too late. So, as them and their mount are going plummeting off the side of Orbos. I can see this happening. Quite a lot, quite frankly. Alright, we've got about half a bar to go still. This rotation's been getting me, on average, about 2 bars of XP. 2 bar segments. Roughly. Depends on if anybody else is out here, killing stuff in the same spots that I am. The moths like to sometimes drop a little Healy orb. Doesn't seem to do anything aside from heal you. It doesn't look like it provides a buff or anything. Not that I've seen, not that I've been flagged for, because I have walked through a few of them, a couple by accident, when I didn't realize what the heck it was. And then I finally figured out, oh, that Orby-Doo heals you. Okay. I was actually afraid to touch it at first because I thought it was something that was going to debuff me. Alrighty. As we move on here. Do 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 do. So hope everybody's week's been going okay. We're at the halfway mark of the traditional work week, although I know not many people follow the traditional work week. I sure as hell didn't when I was working. My work weeks were anything but traditional. I had to work on the weekends, and I hated it with a passion, especially when I was in the casino, because that's when everybody came down from New York and North Jersey and Philly and got stupid drunk and didn't seem to understand that 9 times out of 10 the number on your debit card is not your checking account number. I think there might be 1 or 2 credit unions that do that like add a couple of numbers to the debit card. But for security purposes, it's usually not the same number. So, the amount of people that I had to explain this to was mind-boggling. And there were some people that had credit unions that I knew for a fact were not open. And they would argue with me that, no, there's somebody there you can talk to. Now, I do know that the one military credit union is open 24/7. What is it? USAA? And I think there's one more. But 90% of your banks are not open 24/7 with a human being to talk to. Credit card, sure. Sometimes. But like Bank of America for checking account information.
I need to get closer.
Sometimes they were there. A lot of the banks would do maintenance on their systems and computer systems on Saturday nights into Sunday morning between like midnight and 3 a.m. So, yeah. Couldn't do anything with that either, but although some people seem to think that house line of credit, they would get confused with cash advance. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to do it our way, we need to run your credit report, and we need some bank account information and history to make sure that you can pay this, because we will be sending this through your bank on X day. And the money needs to be there, or this will be like a check that has bounced. This is not a cash advance. If you're looking for a cash advance, you need to go to the cashier window around front. So some people were confused thinking it was a cash advance and would just be like giving me their credit cards. And I'm like, I can't do anything with this. I'm sorry. You have to go talk to the cashier. Or use the little cash advance phone machine thingy down just past the cashier window. Because I can't do anything with this. I was actually not allowed to touch money. I was not allowed to touch a check. I was not allowed to touch a chip. I was not allowed to touch a dollar bill unless it was a tip being given to me by a customer. That was it. Anything else, money-wise, like customers coming to cash out, couldn't touch it because I wasn't a cashier. I had no drawer. I had no till. I dabbled in paperwork. And nothing else. Alright, so there's the ding on the hunter. Alright, let's get our slash plate here. I think I only got a tip once. And that was because we managed to get some kid set up with a credit line at like 5 in the morning. He had his laptop with him and was, I guess, playing the stock market while he was waiting. Or, I don't know, or setting up trades for when the market opened in the morning. Or maybe he was doing overseas trading. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was checking stock prices and stuff. And he went out to the tables. He was gone for like a half an hour. He came back, he paid off his marker, and then tipped me $200 and tipped the exec $200, but she couldn't accept tips because of her position. So I ended up with it, and since I was the only clerk on duty, I didn't have to split it with anyone. So I ended up getting a $400 tip out of it, and that actually paid for our airfare when we got married, or a good chunk of it. So, WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty. Kneesee. Nope. There we go. Dings. Level 55? Yes. So we're looking at a slash played of 7 days, 5 hours, 13 minutes, and 21 seconds. Now remember, this was not a fresh character on Level Squish. This one has been around the block a few times. She never made it to 120, but she was in her 70s, I think, when Squish happened. She was in Ice Crown killing stuff, I can tell you that much. So 15,000, 40, nope, 45, there we go. Alright. So there's that one. Now, I don't feel like going over to the vendor here, even though they're in the middle, so we're just gonna pop onto the mammoth. We had a 3 gold and change repair bill this time out. Alright, so let's go through the vendor trash. We didn't have a huge amount of vendor trash, but we got a few things. We did get 1 horn, so that was nice. So vendor trash was 256. And then the greens, we got 4 of those to drop. Nothing that I could use though. And that's an additional 255, so about a little over 500. Alright, so there's that one. We'll make sure that you are getting rusted credit. And I did say that we would try to get some stuff done on the iron, so let's find the iron. So we are level 49. We're gonna try to hold off going into the mall until 51-ish. Don't know how long we're gonna be on the iron, because like I said, I'm hungry. And it feels like it's getting close to stoppage time. But I think we can go a little bit further here. Okay, now, I'm so dumb because I forgot all about this, but I forgot there's items that you can buy from Auction House to take to Darkmoon Fair, and even though we can't do the profession quests, we should be able to turn these in for some extra points. So let's see what we can find. If anything. If we ever load. Where are we loading into? Stormwind? There we go. Alright, let's close that. Alright, so we're looking to head to Auction House. We're gonna see if anything's up. We should have the funds to buy some things. I don't even know how much money we have on this character. We have 3,000. We'll see. We're not gonna break the bank, that's for sure. But sometimes you can find this stuff up dirt cheap. Sometimes not so much. But we'll take a gander here. Alright, so I think it would be under quest items, but not 100% sure. I don't fully remember the name of all of them. I remember the name of one of them. So yeah, like Monster's Egg is one. Oh, 125 gold. It's actually one of the cheaper ones. Alright. I mean, it's not terrible. Oh, dang it. It took us all the way back. That Grimorum was another one. This begins a quest. Darkmoon Fair. I mean, it's not terrible. I don't know if I can search Darkmoon Fair, if that will help. So there's those two. Ornate weapon is one. Oof, 175. So I mean, this will accumulate in money fairly quickly here. So we can't do this all the time, but since we're getting there, I'm willing to spend the cash on it right now. Yeah, so we grabbed that one. Tourist. Tree test on strategy. That we want. 200. Prices are getting steep. Alright. So we're going down to the T's. Banner of the Fallen. This item begins a quest. Prove your valor in combat. Someone at the Darkmoon Fair would be interested in this item. So we want, again, with the 200 gold. Alright. And Radiant Crystal. Ah, they're going up in price. Are these the last two? Oh god, that's expensive. We won't be getting that one. 2,000. No. Some of this stuff's a little ridiculous. Good grief. Some of this stuff really... A punctured voodoo doll. To make a charm. For 5 million gold. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well... I ain't paying that. I kinda don't want to pay this, but I'm gonna. Alright, I think we'll just take those, because now we're starting to get into ridiculous. What the fuck was that? What is that? No. That. What is that? That's like a weird lizard frog tadpole thing. What is this? It drops off Zelninthop in Coretha. I have not been to Coretha. Don't know anything about it. Oh, have we never gone to Darkmoon Fair on this character? I don't have the Darkmoon Fair box. Huh. Well, maybe we should go and get our box. Okay. So let's talk to you.
Be careful. You need
Alright,
something?
take me to the staging area. I will pay the 50 silver, just not to have to hoof it all the way down to Goldshire. I mean, it's not that far, but I'm being lazy today, so Jeeves, to the fair. Oh, I guess I've never been here. Alright. Well, yes, I would like to borrow a bird. We're here, we should ride in style. And we will deliver our freight ticket voucher. And we will get our Darkmoon Fair box. Because why not? I thought I had been here on this character, but apparently not. Probably because I never bothered, thinking that this was just a test character and I wasn't expecting it to get very far. Surprise! Alright. Let's do this. Now remember, since I'm an iron, I can't do any of the profession quests, but,
Keep it real.
can do that.
Time is money, friend.
That's kind of useless to me. I can sell this, sell this. Let's get some of the junk out of here. Yes, I would like that. I've changed my mind. Want it back? No, I don't. It's 2. 3. Alright, and then we will keep the last one. And I will sell that. Oh.
Be good.
Now. Let's set these up to figure out. I think they... Do they all get turned into the same person? It doesn't look like it. Okay. So, we've got somebody down here. Is it the stint? Yes. Okay. So let's see what we can turn into you. The Curious Crystal. So that's 6,000. So that's close to a chest XP, I think. Excuse me. So, not a total waste of time. We're getting a little bit out of it.
Be careful.
We're getting tickets that we can't do much with, but, alright, we've got 2 more. That looks like they get turned into someone else. So one gets turned in here. And we've got one more to turn in. A decent chunk of XP there for all of those.
Interesting.
And we'll turn that in. Alright. So that got us halfway through the level. Alright. From here, I guess we'll hearth back to Snug Harbor. So, apparently for Midsummer, it was observed that XP returned to more normal ranges for 50 plus characters, when, like, doing, the bonfires. So our next holiday, like, actual, don't go to the auction house dance party, you guys. Use an alternative auction house. Because this, if you get teleported up onto the stage, it does put a buff on you that's not allowed. So, because I think that buff lasts for 24 hours, and, you'll, like, burst into dance healing yourself, and that's not allowed. So, just don't. I'll try to remember to do a tweet that morning. So next actual holiday, got another Dark Moon Fair coming up on the 6th of August. Well, not the 6th, but the 1st of August. Trial of Style, you can't participate in. September 5th for that. Harvest Festival really isn't, it's like 2 quests. So I guess the next real holiday event with more than one thing to do is going to be Brewfest. So it'll be interesting to see what XP looks like for Brewfest. Brewfest and Halloween. So we will see what happens with that. Now I know we didn't do much on the iron, but I am starving. So I need to go eat. So I do apologize. We did get a little bit of XP though from Dark Moon Fair, so don't forget to utilize those Dark Moon Fair items that drop from dungeons. While we as Iron solos can't do the dungeons, you will find that a lot of people will put them up on auction house. So if you see some at a good price, you might want to grab them and turn them in, and you know, XP. That was safe as long as you have the money on your character. That's the key thing. You have to buy them on that challenger. You can't buy them on a different character and send them over. That's a no-no. You have to buy them with that specific challenger. Alright. So we're gonna call it there. And tomorrow we will be doing Stardew Valley. Thinking about trying to do a little bit of Planet Zoo on Friday. We will see. Because I know Planet Zoo is a little tough to get through because it takes a while to build stuff and figure out how you want to approach things and what have you. But we might bring that back. Saturday's the WoW Challenges podcast. They are back this week. I will be on co-hosting duties with Lita this weekend. And then Sunday we may, and I really put the emphasis on this, we may have an art stream. I haven't decided yet. If we do have the art stream, it might simply just be me painting the background of the under the feathers, just to get some work done in on the sand sections. And I went with the sand because it gives it a little bit of a different texture. And I find that I don't have to be as precise with the paint. Like, it doesn't matter if it's not streaky on top of the sand like it can be on the canvas. And I can have a little bit more workability with it. So again, we'll see. It all depends on how I am feeling, because last week that migraine kicked my ass. So have a good night, you guys. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow for Stardew Valley. If Stardew Valley is not your thing, that's fine. I hope to see you again for one of the other streams, or at the very least on Saturday for the podcast. So have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Stay safe. And I will catch you later.